Well, guys, pulling up at Saracen Casino and Resort in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pretty excited to play here. I've heard good things about the games. The chips look amazing, so really excited to try and acquire a whole bunch of those. It's fairly late for us to get started. On our way down to New Orleans, actually, this weekend. So gonna maybe hit up the Harrah's Casino down there if it has a poker room. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, let's get in here. Let's get in some hands, see if we can run up a little stack. So very first hand of the night, we're in for $500 in this 1-2-5, or 1-2 with a $5 bring-in game. We're under the gun +1. We look down at ace, jack, offsuit. There's an under the gun straddle. I decided to go ahead and open up to 40 here. I think this is a little loose actually, in the non-suited variety. We get a call from middle position and the under the gun straddler. So we are off to see a flop, which comes down a pretty lame one for us. Very dry, it's 10-10-6. Action ends up checking through. So I don't really think I can bet here, especially into two opponents. So off to see a turn, comes down a 4, another blank. Action ends up checking through again. So I'm starting to feel like A, my hand has some showdown value, or B, nobody has anything. So maybe we can find a way to win this one. River comes down at 8. So pure whiff on everything. Action gets to me, I check, and it ends up checking through again. So hoping we can win, show our hand, and unfortunately the middle position player flips over ace queen. So decided not to 3-bet. So gives us a little bit of information in this game. Shocking that a live game has people not 3-betting ace queen, but that's okay. On to the next hand, sucks to lose the first one, but we at least get a little bit of information here. Not too long after that ace jack hand, we look down at queen 5 offsuit from the big blind, starting the hand of about $460. Under the gun makes it 5. There are 3 callers, including myself. So getting a discount here in the big blind. Obviously got a terrible hand, but we're trying to find a way to play some hands quickly and get some footage for the vlog. Flop comes down, another paired board. It's 9-9 deuce. Action checks through. Off to a turn, which comes down to 5. So we've got a pair now. I bet $10 and we get 2 callers. So a little bit weird to get 2 callers, but on this board with a pair of 5s, honestly don't feel too bad. River comes down at 10. Action ends up checking through. I don't think we can really try and go for more value here. I show my hand and we got the winner. So we're on the board, won a hand. Not really too much to say about it. I think we squeaked out a little bit of value there with that $10 bet. I'm not really sure what we got called by, but we'll take it. A little bit later on, I look down at 10-5 of spades from the low jack, starting this hand with about $550. There's a $5 bring in, I call, and so do several others. This game, like many live ones, is playing very loose, pre-flop, everybody in here limping, just trying to see a flop. It's a sign of a good game. I really shouldn't be getting in here with the limpers, but like I said, trying to play some hands here. So, flop comes down, a pretty good one for us. It's 10-6-6, so we're flopping top pair here. It's so multi-way though, can't feel that great about it. I decided to lead out $15. I don't really know how I feel about this. The small blind decides to play back at me. He does not call, he decides to make it 65 bucks. Now, this player looked very competent to me. He looked one of the more comfortable players. He had bought in for a large amount. He was definitely somebody that I had marked down as capable of, making some moves. So when he raises it up here, I think he's playing back because I've been playing so many hands, thinking he's probably noticed this and decides to make a move at me. I think about it for a second and slide in the call. Turn comes down a 4 and my opponent continues to fire away. He bets out $100 this time. So obviously he's turning up the heat a little bit. Not really sure what we should be doing here. I'm sticking with my original read though, that he is just playing back at us and just really, really trying to push us out somehow. I make the call, we're off to see a river. Everybody hit that like button on the count of 3. Hopefully we can find some right good on this river. 1, 2, 3, the river comes down at 10. We have basically the nuts now. Feeling great. He bets out $100, leaving himself about 150 behind. I am high-fiving myself. I'm so excited. We are ready to go. I take my time, but not too long, and shove all in. He ends up thinking about it for quite a while. We are just praying for a call at this point. He's really deep in the tank. He talks a little bit, not too much though, before eventually folding and showing us a 6. So we get owned by this guy here. He saved his last $150. Obviously it's a really nice pot for us to win, but man, what a fold by him. Well played. It makes sense for me to have a 10 there, obviously, but you usually don't see people folding full houses in games like this, so hats off to him, well played. A little bit later on, we look down at King Queen suited from under the gun, starting this hand off with about $850, so we are feeling great. I go ahead and open up 15 bucks and we get 3 callers, off to see a flop. Guys, this is a crazy flop. The flop comes down ace, 5, 9, all spades. So we are over the moon. Obviously, we just flopped the stone cold nuts here. Honestly, I just need to find a way for my opponents to catch up a little bit. I'm gonna have lots of big aces here. I'm gonna have all kinds of like great hands. So I don't really want to bet out here and have everybody fold. The action checks through. That sucks, but it's kind of expected. After crushing this board so hard, I have to try and let them catch up. Turn comes down, a really cool one for us, 10 of spades. It continues to make it hard for us to get value or anything on this board. However, we have a royal flush draw now, and there's a $1,900 bounty on a spade royal flush. They had it up on a screen, thank God, or I would have never known, and I would have never ever thought about it during this hand. I would have been just trying to get as much value as I could. So we've got a shot at a royal flush and a big old pile of money here. I check. The big stack bet's $20. I don't really think there's any value in raising here. I don't think he's going to be calling very often with very many of his holdings. I assume he's just trying to like bluff anybody that's in the hand out. I'm the only caller. Off to the river, which comes down, not the jack of spades. Unfortunately, that would have been sick. This would be a crazy story. It would be in the thumbnail, I promise. I check, hoping that my opponent will continue his story. Unfortunately, he checks back and shows us the jack of spades. So he played this pretty tight. He had the second nut flush there, or the third nut flush, I guess. But yeah, we barely whiff our royal flush for $2,000 almost. Oh well, win the hand, on to the next one. Kind of sucked that that bounty on the royal flush like handcuffed us. I think we would have made more money, but I don't think we would have made much more given the fact that he checked back on the river. So, oh well, on to the next one. A little bit of time goes by. I go a bit card dead before I pick up ace-9 offsuit from the big blind, starting this hand off with about $900. Probably 6 players come in for the $5. I make it 40 bucks, and only the under the gun +1 player calls. Off to see a flop, which is a good one for us. It's ace-4-8. I just go ahead and lead out $45 and he folds. Not the most interesting hand, but you can see lots of hands like this in a session. It's really where a lot of your value comes from, so just thought I'd throw it in there for context. A little while later, we're feeling pretty good. We've got about $950 in our stack. We've got a nice win under our belts. We're feeling great, got some hands, getting ready to start winding this down and get out of here so we can get some sleep before we get back on the road. I look down at 9-7 of spades from the hijack, starting this hand off with about $950. Like I said, there's several players who complete for the $5. I decide to call also, and we are off to see a flop. Comes down queen 9-4 with 1 spade, so not too bad for us. Small blind bets 25. I decide I can go ahead and float here. I don't think that's a problem. We end up going heads up to the turn, so lose a whole bunch of players, kind of like we expected to do. It's a beautiful turn. It's a really nice turn. It's the 7 of hearts, so we immediately improve to 2 pair, looking really good. Our opponent bets $50. I decide to go ahead and raise it up right now, hoping that he has a queen or maybe some sort of draw. I make it 125, and he goes in the tank for a little bit before eventually going all in for $270-ish total. So obviously this is a snap call for me. I'm not like fist bumping it in because this player has like played pretty tight for the most part. I go ahead and roll my hand over. He shows us pocket aces. Yeah, this guy flatted pre-flop with pocket aces. He did not raise pre-flop with pocket aces. So I guess you kind of get, you know, what's coming to you. Fortunately for us, river comes down a 7 and we rake in these chips. Well guys, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New video coming next week, really excited for it. We play a 1-2 or 1-3 session at the Saracen Casino in downtown New Orleans. Really cool location, just a super cool place to be. Got an awesome hotel downtown, really nice, really cool looking. Excited to take you guys on that little trip. Appreciate everybody that makes it to this point in the video. We're really trying to make a comeback after not posting videos for so long. It seems like the algorithm is a little bit against us right now, but that's okay. We're gonna keep plugging away. We've got lots more videos on the way. Really excited for this next one, and just keep bringing you guys a video every week. We've got table footage coming up soon, so thanks for sticking around. See you next time. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. It's completely free. Subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. And hey, share it with your friends, or just share it on any social media. It's greatly appreciated. So have a good one. See you next week.